As the sun began to set on a warm Friday evening, my wife Sarah kissed me goodbye before heading out the door for a weekend getaway. She had told me that she had to attend a last-minute work conference in a nearby town and would be back by Sunday evening. I waved goodbye, a hint of suspicion creeping into my mind as I watched her drive off. Sarah had been feeling restless in our marriage for quite some time. I had tried to be a good husband, kind and loving, but she couldn't help but feel a spark missing in our relationship. She had tried to ignore it for as long as she could, but the opportunity for a weekend getaway presented itself, and she couldn't resist. As the weekend passed, I tried to keep myself occupied, but my mind kept wandering back to Sarah. Where was she really? Who was she with? And what was she doing? On Sunday evening, I heard the door open, and Sarah walked in, looking guilty and sheepish. I knew something was wrong, and my heart sank as I realized that my suspicions had been correct. Sarah took a deep breath and told me everything: the weekend getaway, the affair, the betrayal. And as tears streamed down her face, I felt my world crumbling around me. I listened in silence, my face a mask of pain and disbelief. I couldn't bear to look at her, couldn't bear to be in the same room as the woman who had broken my heart. When Sarah finished, I stood up, my voice cold and distant. "Leave," I told her. "I don't want to see you right now." As Sarah walked out the door, our marriage in ruins behind her, I knew that she had made a mistake that would haunt her for the rest of her days. And as she drove away, the tears streaming down her face, I knew that the weekend getaway had changed our lives forever. I felt a deep sense of loss and betrayal, knowing that the woman I loved had thrown away our marriage for a fleeting affair. I didn't know if I could ever forgive her, or if our marriage could ever be repaired. As I stood there, alone in the silence of our home, I knew that I had a long and difficult road ahead of me. I would have to come to terms with what had happened, and figure out if our marriage was worth saving. But for now, I just felt numb, my heart heavy with grief and betrayal.